And that's in the life. Sometimes you have to quit worrying about where to start from, how to start. Just start. Start anyhow. That reminds me of one of the words of one of our supervising officers here in this building who would always say, "Get it done." He would say that, and you'd be like, "Hello, sir. You don't care about how I get it done?" He said, "I don't care, man. I'm not interested in that, really. I mean, you have it. Just get it done." So, guys, sometimes all you need to do is start from wherever you are. Start however you've got to start. But the one thing you don't want to do is not start.
Wow.
Because not starting is not doing anything.
It feels like you're talking to me.
Really?
Yeah, it actually does feel like you're talking to me. Oh,
Wow.
I don't know. I
Okay.
have been having this very strong feeling
Okay.
to train and coach girls on voiceover
Okay.
and self-discovery for free.
Wow.
But I've been asking when, how, what.
I mean,
I've been very skeptical. I've been very confused. I've been very, so it feels like you're telling me,
just start.
like, do something about it already.
I mean, you know how good you are when it comes to those things you mentioned. I mean, you wanted to go, even though I say it myself, guys, I don't need to say much. Just go on our page on Instagram.
What is it they're doing right
No, it's
now?
a fact.
No, wait.
Check out her voiceover
wait.
challenge. You jumped on the voiceover challenge, right? You did. Now she's so good. She's my coach. If you say Colin's good, the voiceover is good with this and all that. Yeah, I became better when I met this lady because she actually would tell me. She was the first person to tell me, "Smile, put a smile on that script when you Collins, you're always angry. Why you always smile when you're voicing that script." I mean, when I heard that, and then it changed my life. I started understanding the place of putting emotions.
Yeah.
Not like I didn't know, but I didn't deliberately have that. And that's just to tell you that if you have impacted me as a coach, I mean, a lot of people out there who would want to learn and who would definitely benefit from that, and you want to do it for free?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'd still
That
have
works.
to put it into perspective and then put it out. I think
All right, guys.
I'm going to start it.
So if I were you, if I had dreams to be the next big voice-over artist, I would just follow Andrea and make sure that I'm on Instagram 247 and see what's going on. And in case you wonder, say, how good is she? No. You just go, I don't need to mention much. Go on our page, check our voiceover challenge, Andrea_Teke on Instagram. We didn't plan this, but I had to say it. Go there, check it out, and do the rating, comment, and tell me what you heard, She's just amazing. So it's a good way. So thank God. And to you out there, you're probably wondering, hey, okay, what is that thing I want to do? And I'm waiting for the time to arrive.
Yeah.
But just start.
Right. You see, most times we can, if you're somebody like me who is somewhat a perfectionist, I'm waiting for the perfect time, the perfect moment, when everything is set, when I am, so to speak, certified.
Yep.
Most times we're waiting for some kind of validation. And in the real sense of it, you don't necessarily need that validation. It is in your starting, that actually just validates that thing that you're doing or that thing that you're about.
That's right.
So instead of you waiting for external forces or external things to validate your capability, start from validating your capability from within.
That's a coach talking right there. And this is not the aspire to desire. There's some reality.
What is going on here?
You got to be starting something, really. You've got to be
Right.
starting something.
That's right.
Every day is the first day for the rest of your life. Of the rest of your life. So
That's right.
it's just only right that you start. This sounds like cliche, like I've heard it a billion times. But did you start? That's a question. You've heard it a billion times, doesn't change anything. You might need to start something. And if you are on the African continent, if you're a third worlder, like I say, you have to be starting things because the energy, the force, what you require to achieve the things you need to achieve. You need more extra force. You need more extra. These conditions around you are not there to help in any way. Nobody, no support system from anywhere. Not even the government, not even family support systems. In most cases, they are just functioning below ability because that's what they can give. everyone is struggling. So you cannot afford not to be starting something. I mean, that reminds me of a piece of music by Michael Jackson and Akon, the remix. The original version of that song was done by the late Manu Dibango, by the way, who was taken to us out of this world by COVID-19 last year. In case you don't know who Grand Manu Dibango is, just Google it, He's a Cameroonian jazz, soul makossa artist. I mean, he did the original version of that song in the 80s. Michael Jackson did a copy of it without paying. And he was sued, and then he paid $100,000. We know that story. And later in 2008, the amazing Akon featured the legendary Michael Jackson a year before he died to do a version of that song. You gotta be starting something. You gotta be starting something. Gotta be starting something. We'll be back with more on the Family Talk, right, Andrea?
That's right. It's a continuation of what we started yesterday, and I'm sure that you would love to be a part of it. Stay with us.
Featured in that song by Michael, the late Michael Jackson, MJ, like some will call. Of course, I have to mention again that the original version was done by Manu Dibango, Cameroonian.
You're
say
proud.
that. Yeah, I mean, you have
You're
to.
proud.
I don't get to say that all the
You're
time.
proud.
I don't get to say that. I mean, how many people do? I mean, let's leave that. But hey, Andrea, let's get into the show full effect. But I hope that was quite inspiring for someone out there. I hope that was good energy to start the show with today, because I felt really energized listening to that.
Yeah, that's right. And then it's still back to you starting. Now, whatever it is that you have been saying later, we'll do it later. Today Collins was able to, put all of us on check. Like, you gotta do something.
Yeah.
Check your time, people. It's 10:16 on the clock. Right here, Nigeria Info 99.3. And you were hanging out with the Tekes.
Yup.
I am Andrea, Odu-obi, Teke.
And I'm Collins. Teke.
Right. We started a conversation yesterday and we're talking about child discipline and child abuse. And we're asking you to tell us, when does child discipline become child abuse? And what are the best mechanisms that you think as a parent you can use to discipline your child? Conversations were back and forth yesterday. A lot of people sharing what they think is right, and how that the punishment that they have experienced from their parents or guardians or teachers somewhat formed them to the person they are today. We also got to realize that some of the punishments that we experienced in the past from either our guardians or our parents were actually abusive. Now, when you discipline a child, when you punish a child, when you beat a child, there's a certain extent that you can go and that it would become an abuse.
Right? Okay.
That's it. It could damage that child's personality or development, so to speak.
And that's a statement of fact. And we didn't get to take as many messages as we wish to take, because most of them came in very late. A lot of them came in very late.
That's right.
Towards the end of the show yesterday, even after taking several messages, we couldn't even exhaust all the messages. And that gave us one thing in mind. More people wanted to talk, and more people were feeling, were in that and could relate to that totally.
Yeah.
Now, we're not just doing a program to have conversations and have fun, even though that's great radio. We also try to bring drive solutions, right? Try to find, more or less like having a communique, an unwritten communique, an agreement somewhere after the end of every topic and every conversation.
Yeah.
We all come together and say, okay, I think today on Family Talk we have agreed that this is what we should do, A, B, C, and D. And then we go implement that into our families and get a better home.
Results,
and if we have questions, we come back again. And the good thing is we do this every day, Monday to Friday, right here on the show. So yes, today we'd have to hear more from you, more and more from all of you who wanted to contribute on this. When does
Child discipline
become child abuse?
That's right.
That's the question. What are the best recommended ways you would recommend to go about disciplining a child in our present day reality? Good.
I like that you mentioned our present day reality, because what worked, many years ago, I'm not sure it can work this time around.
You cannot.
I'm really not sure it can work this time around. But, we cannot say, totally that not some kind of discipline that we can still implement in recent times. But you see, the times have changed. And what we used to have then, what we have now wasn't in the picture back in the day. So in recent times, what kind of discipline or, disciplinary mechanisms can you implement when you're training your child or trying to discipline your child?
Big question. Parents out there just thinking, oh boy, this is my son, this is with it. And then you made some very valid points yesterday, which you have to quickly mention, that every child is different, which is a fact.
That's right.
So it's the responsibility of the parent, every individual parent, to study and know their child and choose the best non-abusive way of disciplining that child.
That's right.
So so general conversations like, the best way to do it is this may not necessarily work, because what works for child A
might not work
for child B.
That's very correct. So, and the onus lies on the parents.
The parents, right?
It's your responsibility to know the personality of your child. Like, know them, observe them, know what works for them. That can help you to, devise a disciplinary mechanism that can work for the child.
That's right. Well, guys, we are going straight to your comments and messages. For those who are on Facebook, you can join us. Nigeria Info 99.3, Nigeria Info 99.3 on Facebook and on YouTube, where we're streaming live right now. And you could also send WhatsApp to 0809 or 0809 597 5805. 0809 597 5805 for WhatsApp messages.
You can call us 0700 993 993 993. Or if you're a woman, to call 01465 7190.
Okay. That's for ladies only. Call that number again, because
01465 7190.
No X.
I feel like I haven't said or haven't asked the question, how are you today, Lagos, Nigeria? I hope you're feeling fine. I hope you woke up well. I hope you're not so tensed. I hope that at work you're not already feeling bombarded. But if you are, I hope that our, having to listen to us would ease off that stress.
That's great. That's the plan. And what is the road looking like? What are the roads like on the mainland, the island? What is it like? Are you having free flow of traffic? And I saw some men of the Nigerian police force ensuring that people follow traffic rules, especially the T-Pass. The T-Pass that will cause traffic in some areas in Lagos. And they stood their ground, just two of them. These guys came down and they say, oh God, turn back.
I love that.
We're just watching as okay. Kudos to Nigerian police for that.
Yeah.
Because we don't get to commend the Nigerian police force for their work.
Yeah.
They will not see us when police was not in the town. You send Kajagali. Let's get back to the talk. And all that. Now, we take the calls, but there's this message which I didn't take properly yesterday, and I want to start with that on our topic, all right? And it's coming from Mrs. Mortar Uloma Treasure, and she says, child abuse goes beyond actually spanking or inflicting physical injuries on the child. I believe using some words that make the child feel less of his or herself is child abuse.
That's right.
Starving a child in the name of discipline is also child abuse. Parents, guardians should learn ways to instill discipline in a child without having to inflict injuries. Say or do something to lower the child's self-esteem.
That's right.
Mistakes could happen, but apologize to your child. Very key. Let there be rules in the home. Let your child know why you are setting those rules. Let your child know that there will be consequences if he or she goes against them. And after discipline, talk to your child to let them know why you had to go that road. Children don't understand life the way we parents and guardians do.
That's right.
Love you guys. Well done.
Thank you so much.
That is all in one message with many.
We get sense for our family. We get sense.
By the way, that's
my elder sister. Yeah.
That's your elder sister, absolutely. And that's a lot of sense right there, guys. Well, we should be going on a break in the matter of a GP, but we need to bring in the calls right now. And Andrea is taking the first one.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, what's up? Chester Life.
WhaatsupLagos.
What's up?
Chester Life.
Chester Life.
This is Philip from Yanabaja area of Aburu.
Hi,
Okay,
Philip.
Yeah, this is a very nice topic that you are saying this morning.
Thank you.
The discipline of the teen has become an issue in the society.
Okay.
Because lack of discipline, that's why we have 1 million boys in our society today.
Okay.
Most people will say the system we have today now, nobody wants to discipline their child. When we are growing up, they're not born us for that time. When it is 7:30, they run enter class. You'll be meant to lean down outside. You will be flogged. I thought that this to flog me at the back. But that really brought us up and make us to know who we are today.
All right.
Okay.
Now we know who is the left and right. But children of nowadays, it's 6 months children, it's something his parents,
Okay. What kind of
when you spare the child, you spoil the rod, you spoil the child.
Okay. What kind of discipline do you think we should adopt
let me
now?
say my PP. My dad used to say that we should do PP.
Pick a pin.
Kata will be coming out of your nose.
Okay.
Wow.
Pick a pin.
And that's squatting. There's so many discipline, not even beating alone.
All right.
Thank you so much. Made a lot of sense. I mean, I talked about how I was punished too to pick ping or sit down or ride Okada.
Would that work today? You know?
We're going to break. When we come back, we want to hear more from you, sharing with us your experience in child discipline and child abuse. Stay with us.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
All right, it's 10:37. Welcome back. How are you doing, Lagos? I hope you're having a fantastic time with us here on Family Talk. And moving straight to our conversation this morning. We're still asking you, what's the thin line between child discipline and child abuse? When does child discipline become child abuse? And then if you're a parent, I want to, let's have this conversation because we are also parents here, right, Collins?
Yeah.
We're parents here. So we also want to learn from you. If you're a parent, you've had children like 10, 15 years or above, and then you've been able to manage, you've been able to train them, you've been able to discipline them properly. Let us know your disciplinary mechanisms and what has been working for you. Share with us in the show today. It's all about you, so let's talk.
That's right. On Facebook, we have a number of comments already. I can't wait to read them, but I know that we also have some WhatsApp messages that Andrea will be taking. But the calls are
That's right.
jamming like Bob Marley, and they're being screened for the best quality.
All right, do call us up 0700 993 993 993. If you're a woman, 01465 7190. Yeah, that's the number you can call if you're a woman. And I think we have Authority on the line.
Authority? Okay, let's hear.
It's calling from Ibejuleki.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up, Lagos?
What's up? Cheers to life.
Yeah, good morning. This is Teke.
Good morning,
Good morning.
to yo.
I am Authority by the name.
Authority.
Calling from Ibejuleki.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a powerful name.
Welcome.
Yeah, the subject, when discipline becomes child abuse,
Yes, right.
it reminds me of when I was a kid. I was in nursery school or so. Yeah, Baptist primary nursery school.
Yeah.
My teacher asked me to teach the children like 1 okan, 2 ag, 3 eta. When you say it in English, you say it in Yoruba.
Okay.
While other people were learning with from me.
Okay.
She stepped out and asked me to continue. I continued. So after some minutes, I stopped calling it for them in Yoruba. I was just like 1, they would repeat after me, 2, they would repeat after me. So when the woman entered the class, she saw me, she said, "Is that what I asked you to do?" I said, "No, ma." This woman asked me to turn the back of my hand.
Okay.
Then used the edge of the ruler
Hi.
to flog me.
Jeez.
I held my hands like that, stretched. I was crying home. I got home. I told my parents. They don't want to answer me. They said I should go back to school. I refused. That was how I stopped in nursery school.
Wow.
I waited at home till when they were about 18 primary school. I entered primary school with them. I didn't go. But I felt the woman was wicked and was devilish. That she didn't flog me with love or correct me with love.
Yeah.
But what she did to me sank. Even till today, I'm still remembering what she did to me. So there are ways, when we want to discipline kids, we know that people, they are not like us.
Yeah.
They don't reason like us and
Yeah.
can never act like us.
That's right.
Discipline them with love.
Yeah.
So that's how you flog them. They will not the elements of hatred.
That's right, Authority. You've hit it. And sorry about the experience, man. You
Can imagine how painful that must have been.
Yeah, he may have been very young, but he cannot forget it from
That's
primary
right.
school. And
That's right.
and that's it. That's how much the impacts of these things that we experience, even when we're small. They go as far as we become adults and we still remember these things. We have some WhatsApp messages, do we?
Yeah, we do have some WhatsApp messages. Ndubweze from Odu-obi says, "What's up, Lagos? Please call in. Allow Andrea to talk more. Her voice and laughter gives me a boost."
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. As for the topic, child abuse, it comes in different ways. It is different from discipline. Derogatory words can kill faster than beating or flogging a child, whichever way, it is evil and bad.
Well said. Babatunde from Lekki is joining us now via the phone.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Babatunde.
Good morning. Yes, thank you. Good morning to you, Teke.
Thank you.
I'm actually a first-time caller, but I'm actually a big fan of you guys.
Wow. Thank you
Yep.
so much.
Thank you.
So I love you guys. I love every intro and every shows. It's so beautiful, so
Thank you.
interesting.
Thank you.
You guys made my day.
Thank you.
I actually want to go up to this very quick.
Okay.
When you come down to the axis,
Okay.
You see all these children, I can't call them adolescents from the age of, adolescents from the age of 3, 4, 12, 10, 14, like that. You see them around the road begging with ladies, with little babies. So I came across something last 2 weeks. A man had a daughter, and this lady picked up the daughter from all the way from the north down to Lagos just to work, saying, okay, she's going to be working with me, and I'm going to pay my money and all that. So a friend of the father of the daughter saw her at the roadside begging, and he called the husband. And in fact, the husband has to come all the way from the north and say, you are using my daughter to be begging around the road. You know what? To call this thing short, please, can you please come up with a show to address this?
Okay. Street children.
It's fun. It's so fun. And I feel so bad to see children running around cars begging. Some of them get into stealing and all that.
Yeah.
That's
and this is an intentional thing.
Okay, we'll talk about
We'll
it.
definitely look at that and talk about it. I mean, street begging involving children, it
should be a crime.
It is a crime. And
So why are the authorities not doing anything about it?
because everything that becomes a business has a way of funding itself. Everything that has been converted to the business has a way of bypassing the authorities in most cases.
All right, Sam is on the line.
Sam is okay. Yes.
He's calling from Lagos Island. Hi, Sam.
Hey, Ralph. Good morning.
I need you
Good
to scream,
morning.
what's up,
What's
Lagos?
up,
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
What's happening?
Yeah, cool. Just like everything you said regarding Shay, what she did was really bad.
Oh?
I love her. I mean, Shay.
Shay,
What
okay.
she
Oh,
did- Yeah, what she did was really bad. I loved that right from time. When immediately I saw that video, what she did, wow, everything declined.
don't worry, we'll
Like
have
the last-
we'll have that conversation much later on the show
Okay.
today. But now we're talking about child discipline and child abuse. Have you been
Exactly.
following? Yeah.
But, wow, yeah, just like the last caller said, even till this moment, more than 20 years, and I should be in my early 30s now.
Okay.
Can you believe I'm still reminiscing about the person who beat me when I was a kid? I went to Abuja 5 years ago to get my certificate. I was looking for him.
Why were you looking for him?
Did you want to
wanted
beat him back?
So this is exactly, I have to slap him. Nothing will happen. No, it sounds funny, right?
No, please,
It sounds
no
funny,
violence.
right? No. So let me just say,
Okay.
please don't cut me off.
You won't.
Okay.
won't.
It sounds funny, right? But at the long run, how about other kids who are able to maintain their mental flow? Then they get paranoid.
Yeah,
they get affected in
that's
life.
right.
You understand?
That's
That is why, to be honest, I don't have a child yet. I don't have a kid yet. Even my nephew, I tell my brother, don't touch him. There are over 1,000 ways to deal with a child without using any rod or cane.
Yeah.
They will now use that impartial verse of the Bible. Hear the rod.
Spoil the child.
That is
Yeah.
very, very impartial. There are other ways to deal with the child.
Yeah.
Your kid is not a slave.
Yeah.
It's only slave masters that use rod on their slaves.
Okay.
Thank
you
you.
so much. I also think that this is me thinking, right? The rod is not necessarily a stick. You flogging. You know. There's several ways
It's not
that you
bulala.
can. Yeah, there's several ways that you can discipline the child. I think the rod there talks about discipline.
Yeah.
So how are you going about that discipline?
What does
How-
discipline? Sorry, what does the discipline mean? Just
Thank you for asking that question. Now, too often, this is from, I got this from a very, very
reliable. source.
reliable source. It's
Okay.
a neurological group for children, right? It says, too often we forget that discipline really means to teach, not to punish. A discipline is a student, not a recipient of behavioral consequence. Now, when you're disciplining your child, when you're going about, teaching them, right, let me use the word discipline, right?
Yeah.
It's not just flogging them or punishing them. It's actually teaching them that what they did was wrong. So when you're going about, the whole disciplinary mechanisms, are you actually teaching them? Are you actually teaching your children that what they've done is wrong? Some of us believe that when you flog them, they'll know that what they did is wrong and you correct them. My child, right? My son. Now, when he does something wrong, for instance, he is putting his hand into the fan or he is trying to pull my laptop or something, and I'm telling him, stop it, don't do it, and I spank his hand, right? He still goes back to touch that thing. So he hasn't been taught that hitting that, playing with that, or playing with electric is wrong. He hasn't been taught. So hitting him might not necessarily teach him that what he's doing is wrong. Now, that's where we got it wrong, or that's where our parents, to some extent, got it wrong. Now, I know that discipline is a very fundamental thing when it comes to training your child, but how are you going about the discipline? Most of the time, we aren't exactly disciplining our children. We are abusing them. Remember a woman who shared her experience yesterday about the fact that her parent who pooped pepper in her privates when she does something wrong. Now, tell me, is that discipline?
No, that's wickedness.
We have
even
parents
Django
who would,
didn't go through that.
Exactly. We have parents who would say all sort of things to their children, raise curses, raise insults, raise things on them. You know, you hear things like that. Now, what I mean is, may thunder fire you there, or it will never be well with you. You can see parents who are saying things like that to their children. So how do you expect them to receive that mentally and still function properly in the society?
Well said, Andrea. I'm telling you, I had to laugh at the Igbo you spoke. I mean, you said it.
I'm very triggered.
Totally. And the key words to pick from what you said: discipline is teaching. All right, it not be prison. No, they're not inmates.
People, they will lock up their children. Let him be there. Let him be there. You know, lock them up and with. Oh my goodness, I have to calm down. Tell me to calm down. Pour me water.
Calm down. Okay.
Pour me cold water.
Where's it? Pass water.
I need cold water now. I need to refresh. What's all this?
Don't worry.
What's all this, Steph?
Sorry about that. They don't vex you, no vex. Anyway, Dean Love Solomon on Twitter is very excited for seeing us for the first time. He says, I'm excited seeing the Tekes for the first time. Yes.
We're excited too.
Cheers to life. And it's a lovely couple. Thank you so much for that. Kadri, Kadri, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Degradation.
The great lion. Okay, it's the great lion together. You're a lion? All right. Thank you so much, Prince. This on your Sunday. Cheers to life. Welcome on board.
Thank you.
And everything should not be flogging a child. Anger does not prepare good food. It's better to correct the child with mouth and with better skills than asking them to go on their knees. My opinion. That's coming from Temple. Oladipo is on the line.
He's been waiting. Welcome, Oladipo. Let's go!
Cheers to life.
Good morning, Teke.
Hi, good morning.
My take this morning is that there are many forms you can discipline a child. Number one, you discipline a child by your lifestyle as a parent.
Okay.
There are certain things you don't even teach them.
Yeah.
Your body language.
Yeah. Even your eye.
Yes. That is one. And in some instances, you bring in the real flogging.
Yeah.
Tell them the reason.
Yes.
Why you flog them.
That's right.
Because, you see, this is one of the reasons why our society is going real bad. Don't pick up habits, either from school, from environment, and all of that. But in the name of don't touch the child, discipline this and that and this, those children go with such, and they become either addicts.
That's right.
And they get into homosexuals and lesbianism. In this of the world. It's lack of discipline. So thank you. This is my take.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Pastor
so
Ladipo, for that very...
I also want to mention this. Now, discipline without relationship leads to rebellion. Now, when you are, it leads to rebellion. When you're disciplining a child, especially when you're flogging and hitting and what have you, without having a relationship with that person, they become rebellious. In fact, they resent. They build up resentment towards the person who is, inflicting such discipline or pain on them. Remember, see the person who called and said he never forgot the teacher who flogged his hand. Now, that teacher never established any relationship with him. Now, if there was some sort of relationship, he can say, oh, this woman did it to me because she cared. Now, this woman did it to me because she knew what I did was wrong and she was trying to correct me. Now, when there's no form of relationship, so to speak, you build up that child begins to build up resentment towards the person who is inflicting that pain or discipline, if you like.
Yeah.
Right. And then it goes on to the child becoming rebellious. Now, he from resentment, he starts reflecting that resentment he's having through, being rebellious.
It was start praying to grow older and
That's
deal with
right.
you back and all.
That's right.
Because I know a lot of people right now, like the guy in Abuja who said, man, if
He has to go back and slap the person who flogged him.
I know that there are some people, teachers at this place in school that they see today, they will just, let me not lie too small, let me just small. It's not, sir, this is not violent. I just want to,
Let me show you how I felt.
Let me just give you a small, but hey, Udwa Clement on Facebook is sending a message here. It says, "What's up, Lagos? Yes, cheers to life. Parents should ask for divine wisdom on child training because it is just a timeline between training and abuse. The way my neighbor will beat his 12-year-old boy will make you cry. But there's nothing anybody can do.
Because it's their parents. You say, who sent you message? Who called you here?
It's
Is it your
their
business?
compound.
But why?
Why? Maybe Eunice has an answer. Eunice is calling from Ikorodu.
Okay, I'm still contributing to the topic.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I want to say that discipline carries the thought of correction more than that of punishment. Although punishment may come into the picture.
Yes.
And so, when disciplining, parents should be balanced. They should avoid being so strict that they irritate their children.
Yeah.
Perhaps even damaging their children's self-confidence. And they do not want to be so permissive.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh,
Straight to the point. Very well articulated points there from Madam Eunice who called in.
We have Pambo. CJ from Festa. He says, spare the rod and spoil the child. I don't know if I can quickly take this message before we go on break. Or should we go on break first?
I think we should.
All right, when we
break.
come
Can
back.
you do 10 seconds?
No, when we come back, we'll take the messages.
All right. It's still Family Talk on Nigeria's #1 for talk.
What's up, Lagos? It's What's Up, Lagos, baby. Get set. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back. Get set.
It's 10 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock.
The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Yes, it's double one. That's 11 o'clock, and we have a news update for you. And one new COVID-19 related death was recorded on Monday, taking the country's death toll from the virus to 2,049. Figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control also show that 48 new cases were recorded, bringing a total caseload in the country to 162,641. The Senate Committee on Health has summoned the Minister of Trade and Investment, Mr. Ni Adebayo, the Minister of Health, Dr. Sage Hanire, and the Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, over continued importation of syringes into the country at the detriment of local manufacturers. Chairman, Nigerian Governors Forum, Governor Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti State, believes proceeds of banditry and kidnapping are being used to fuel insurgency in the Northeast. Fayemi also insists that there is a correlation between activities of bandits in the Northwest, kidnapping in the Southwest, and insurgency in the Northeast. The police have arrested 5 suspected kidnappers allegedly involved in the series of abductions in Kiri village and other communities in Abuja. FCT Command Public Relations Officer Mariam Yusuf says items recovered from the suspects include 2 AK-47 rifles in a Bajaj motorcycle and 30 rounds of live 7.6 mm ammunition. And CEO of the Department of Petroleum Resources, Sarki Alwalu, says market forces should be allowed to determine gas prices to guarantee supply and demand of the commodity. And Sudan's Foreign Sovereign Council says United States and the European Union have expressed readiness to mediate in the issue of Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. And lastly, animal rescuers in South Africa are warning residents in Johannesburg area to stay clear of a loose baboon wandering into urban neighborhoods. And that's just imagine you get in the streets of Lagos and you see a baboon. You know the size of a baboon walking down. I think those in Joburg should pay attention to that. Thank you for listening to a news update. Another to come your way, more comprehensive it would be at 12. Now it's back to the talk on WhaatsupLagos Family Talk.
It's What's Up Lagos, baby. Get set. It's What's Up Lagos, baby. Get set.
Lagos, such a busy place. But here's how I managed to stay in touch with the latest changes, trends, news, economics, and even entertainment. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, that's it. Nigeria Info 99.3. You're still hanging out with the Tekes on Family Talk, and we're still asking you, where is the thin line between child abuse and child discipline and child abuse? We've had messages on WhatsApp. Mm-hmm. You have to be streaming us live right now on Facebook. Mm-hmm. It is Nigeria Info 99.3.
That's right.
Make sure that you're streaming us live so that you can, comment there as well and see how gorgeous and how chocolatey, dreamy colors is looking this morning.
I was looking around like, who? Anyways, a lot of messages, but before you get about WhatsApp, there's these tweets that I need to take because it might change someone's life. The tweet is coming in from Negro. It's Raphael List. It says, my mom would discipline me by writing 6 chapters of the book.
Of any book
of the Bible without making mistakes. Mm-hmm. So, and I'll be made to tell her what I learned from the chapters when she's eating. Is that she also made me pick her father rice and tell her the amount of stone found, which is only known to her.
I love your mama.
Oh boy. They gave you right to pick the stone from her father rice. They give you 6 chapters of the Bible to read and explain what you learned.
That's another form of punishment as well, as I think. When you like a Congo of rice or a derica of rice, you'll be asked to pick now count how many grains, or maybe Gary. You have to count how many grains.
Or is it transfer from one bowl to the other?
Yeah.
By picking one grain at a time.
Spot. So there you'll be thinking of what you have done. You said think of what I've done. Now ask yourself the question: what I did, is this right? Is it good? Will I do it again?
Oh man, Raphael, man, what a way! So parents, I hope you've learned something. That's one of the ways. Not only would you learn the Bible, you also reason yourself. I won't try this again.
You know. Okay. I was about taking a message before we went on the break,
That's
so I
right.
think I should just quickly take that. Akpangbo CJ from First Act says, "Spare the rod and spoil the child. Have really spoiled our children. Proprietors and private schools are not helping matters. Some teachers be like, since you don't want your child corrected, it's none of my business. Back in the days, we were flogged mercilessly and you dare not report to your parents. Well, let's spare the rod and spoil the child. Now the parents go suffer them later." All right.
More coming in.
Yeah, this is quite a lot. It's coming from Winky, and he says, child discipline is very important. I mean, I see parents talk to their erring children, and all they'll say is, I would spank you, but no spank. For me, I feel children see it as broken record and keep doing the wrong thing. For child discipline, I believe that the use of king is needed. He goes back to spare the rod and spoil the child. Yeah, someone may snare and say, what, in this century? But the truth is, you don't have to use it anyway, or with the internet, you cause injury but use sparingly. Okay. In fact, more modern discipline would also mean making them kneel down, raise their hands up, blah, 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 but still use cane with the intent to show that they can be beaten if they do the wrong thing.
Okay.
I was beaten when I did the wrong thing, which I was warned about, and I was punished by staying off TV or made to wash heap of clothes, even where there was a maid. In fact, the maid took days off when I offended. I worked.
That's a very good and common one that parents deploy. You do all the work. So okay, you want to do strong head, right? It seems you have a lot of energy.
Now, he's advising that you can use the rod.
Yeah.
Now, nobody's saying don't use the rod. Nobody's saying don't
Let's
spank.
not use the rod.
I mean, from what they're saying. But what we are trying to say is that using a rod, how do you use that rod on the child? Well, remember, we're talking about the thin line between abusing that child and actually, disciplining them, right? When do we cross the line when it comes to child discipline and child abuse? Now, it's okay to, spank or flog them or what have you, but how do you go about flogging them? Do you leave scars on their body? Do you leave them bleeding? If you were the person who was beating that way and, you left with scars and blood all over you, how would you feel? Now, we're talking in that regard and not saying total no to child discipline, right?
Oh, flogging.
I had to put out there. I had to say that. Read one from Ajekunle says, "Hello, Andrea and Collins. My dad once woke my brother with a cane. Even though what my brother did was really bad, I knew it was wrong to wake him up in that manner. I felt bad that day, and there's nothing I could do." This reminds me of a lot. There was a day I put beans on the fire. Oh, Jesus. Let me share this story.
You're cooking beans?
Yeah. I left the beans on the fire and I was so tired. I came back from school that day and I was instructed to put the beans on the fire. And then I put it on fire and I went to the room and I slept off. I forgot that I, left the beans on the fire. Now, the next thing that woke me up was my dad's slippers on my face, waking me up with a very hot start. I couldn't even remember where I was. I was just dumbfounded. I was going around in circles. I was like, what is going on? What's happening? It felt like, was it a dream? Man. Oh, no. Oh, my God. You can't imagine how I felt that day. I wanted to just, I didn't know what to do. I was just confused. It's not a good thing to do. Trust me. I have experienced it, and I know for a fact that it's a very wrong way. If they are sleeping, tap them up, wake them up first. Make sure that they are fully conscious, right? Before you can spank them or flog them or do whatever you want to do. But you see, they are sleeping, and you use hot cane to wake them up. My brother, that's wickedness. So
yeah,
that's wickedness. So
that's unfair. That's unfair.
I'm telling you the truth.
And I know, and then there are parents who have anger issues. And they just transfer that to the children.
Yeah.
You know, that they can't control their anger. So once the child gets you angry, you just...
Or transfer of aggression.
Those who they blow through themselves, they...
You don't want to know.
Anyway.
I said we call it jumpo.
Are you serious? All right. Well, there's DJ Shotan it depends on, he's sending a message on Facebook here.
Okay.
It depends on the level of how you discipline, either by cane or by word. The level, all right?
Okay.
Nothing that to give some kids a little, a little touch of the cane. But some of our kids are hard to deal with. Not all kids are the same though. I'm against excessive force of child brutality. I love the tech, as you say.
We love you too.
Striking a balance. Larry Yusufa says, what's up, Lagos? Good morning, the techers.
Good morning.
When it comes to child discipline, parents must tread carefully. The challenge is, in most cases, he said the challenge, let me go back to that. The challenge is most of our parents don't start early. Discipline measures should be done with love.
Yeah.
Not by anger. First, let there be what? A conversation with the child to keep the child accountable for his or her action.
That's right.
When discipline, okay.
Go back to.
Okay, let me click to here. Okay, I just run. You say, when discipline is necessary, let it be rational in ways rotational, I beg your pardon, in ways that the child would not understudy the parent's discipline. Style. Understudy the parent's discipline style, and the child is not getting any corrective measures because they have not created a relationship.
That's right.
That's my take, and I agree to now. Oh, the techers. Thank you so much.
About relationship.
Patrick Chidioke.
Yeah, remember we talked about relationship. Having a relationship with your
yeah,
children.
You said it. You
cannot discipline them without having a relationship with them.
That's right.
They could turn out being rebellious, and you see people be like, because you did not hear word. You see, that's why they are not the way they are. You're not teaching them. You're not getting. Do you have a relationship with your child? Your parents, did they have a relationship with you?
I know a lot of people who suffered their lives destroyed because they were taken to so-called correctional centers from schools, children, juvenile correctional centers.
Yeah.
And what their eyes will see in those places, I wish the parents would know.
No. That's actually a very wrong impression.
No, in some places, I know of, I'm not talking of, say, my head. Me growing up, well, maybe not in Nigeria here, but I want to believe that most of these things are applicable in most African countries.
Yes.
There was a correctional center that some of my schoolmates in secondary school, in fact, at some point, even because my mom said, no, I know my son, it's not like that.
Okay.
In fact, the school will nominate, all right, those who will be taken to correctional centers. And this place is a place for discipline. You're treated as military. You have soldiers there to treat you.
Okay.
They flog you.
Right.
The reason you are there is because they want to give you use iron hand for you, so to speak. So that experience, I saw what people went through because we used to go there to play soccer. Anybody who knows it was called Bosta Institute. That's the name of the institute. So we go there to play soccer with our classmates before now. So we go and meet them there, and they tell us their experience. Oh boy, you cannot from there you can. You can never, your life can never be the same again.
There are lots of WhatsApp messages, so
let's have those ones now.
I am so sorry I haven't taken any.
Okay.
Edoze Din Energy says, "What's up, Lagos? Here's a cheers to life."
Yep.
Child abuse is when you abuse a child verbally and physically. No one said you shouldn't discipline your child, but always do that with love. I mean, basically what we've been saying. Another message is coming from who now? Let's see. Your name is Anthony, and he says, Good morning. What's up, Lagos? My name is Esther from Anthony says, to me, abuse should never be considered the same as discipline. Good discipline should never be abusive. But in the heat of a disciplinary moment, particularly one fraught with stress, parents can quickly approach the border of abuse before they even realize it. And that's so true. And she said the speed at which correcting a child can turn into damaging a child makes it hard to pump the brake and even harder to be self-aware enough to recognize danger. Thank you so much. And this is so insightful.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you so much for sharing. What's your name? But he says, good morning, Tekes. When I'm in secondary school, if not for beating me, we would have been the world worst in the whole world. There is a particular teacher, then A.L.H. Shitu.
That's Alaji Shitu.
Okay, he used cane to correct me, our brain, because everything we always did then all negative. I mean, we are so rascal, smoking in school premises, carrying, oh my goodness, but we carry out our bad behavior only when Alan is not around. Okay. There is a time we got accident and he's off more than a term. We nearly finished the school even with police intervention, but immediately he's around, everything is normal. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's saying that
the children that you get to this one.
He is
iron hand.
Yeah, he's saying he himself with his clique of his friends, with his clique, they were somewhat rascals, and then there's a particular teacher who is very strict and disciplines them.
I like the shit too.
Yeah. All right, shout out to you. Let's see. Michael says, good morning, 2-in-1 Tekes. That's right. Your head is there. And he says, what's up, Lagos? Chester Live. I'm Michael from Ikorodu. When I think what my elder bro maltreated me when I was still a teenager, I feel so bad and hurt because to an extent, Mark was all over my body with the thoughts he disciplined me, though have forgiving him and moved on because I love his children and I don't want to treat them the way their father maltreated me. His name, Yomi Williams. He might be listening. Aww. Is this some kind of closure for you? All right. Olugbemi Tomide says, discipline can become child abuse when it is not properly administered. In instilling discipline says rules and regulations to be followed and the offender should be corrected in love. In this way, the child will learn better and not see you as being wicked.
Correction in love.
In love.
Key words.
When people
Conversation, correction in love.
Trying to go back to the Bible and say, spare the rod and spoil the child. Now, if we're going by how the Father, you quote, God, treats us when we do things that are wrong, does he send down thunder to strike you immediately? Does he, flog you immediately? Right. So, I'm just trying to bring that up. And when you're going about saying the rod spoil the child and what have you. Now, how exactly are you using that rod? Moving on. There are still many more WhatsApp messages. Yeah. Wow, there are a lot of WhatsApp messages.
I'll just chill here and be listening to them.
Okay, let's go. Reverend Adeshina Ayortoyimbo from Matogo says, the scripture, we're still going back to spare the rod and what?
Spoil the child.
He says, doesn't literally mean bit with a cane. The word rod is actually used when standard is to be explained or applied. He says, beating, clubbing, cursing, bullying a child in the name of punishment is devilish. He says a devilish way to making them irrationally inferior or even over superior. Rational disciplines have categories according to the child's respective stages. My mom used to discipline me by asking me to read a particular passage of the scripture which relates to what I've done wrong. And this really got me. I love your statement. Discipline without relationship breeds rebellion. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It does breed rebellion. Let's see now. Samuel here says that your topic have to be changed. Okay, discipline, punishing, and teaching goes together. If remember Eli in the Bible, he corrected his children, but they refused to listen to him. He left them, but God destroyed all of the family one day. Why? Because Eli refused to be hardened on them until they do the right thing. Nobody wants to kill his child, but to nurture them to become great in future. So any child he takes an offense in that will receive the wrath of God.
Hello. Are your children Eli's children?
Wait.
Are you Eli? Are you Eli? No.
Oh my God.
I was just waiting for you to land. Are you Eli? No, tell me. Are you,
No.
as I'm talking, keep quiet.
No.
Are you Eli?
It is well.
I don't like
Temi Tyre from Germany says, "What's up, Lagos? Good morning, Teke Dimeji." Andrea's definition of discipline summarizes everything. Summarize everything. Okay.
Summarizes, correct?
Yeah. New researches and innovations have opened people's eyes to how best to train our children. The only problem is that most of us are not ready to study and follow the rules of engagement. What I learned from the Germans is that they lower their voices while talking to their children, and also they relate to kids according to their age and traits they discovered in them. God bless you for mentioning traits. See, I'm still going back to my son, right? He's in a particular stage where, right, he's just approaching the toddlerhood, right? So now, when he's touching something that he's not supposed to touch, I spank his hand and say, stop doing it. And he goes back to doing it. But the moment I look at him sternly, and I'm like, next thing he does, he slows what he's doing, and he comes to meet you, and he's smiling and touching my cheeks, and trying to stop me from, trying to do that. So he's aware. I didn't have to hit him, right, for him to know that what he was doing was wrong. I just gave him eye language, and he understood. Yeah. So traits, knowing your child is also very important when it comes to discipline.
Yes, very key. There's a Facebook comment that had to do with I need to remember now. Starting early.
Yeah.
Most of our African parents don't think that when you're still very young, they say, Pikin, leave me. Pikin, without observing and seeing the way this child is going. If I do not take care of this guy could be a spoiled child in many areas. Or if I do not, this child may just be keeping to herself. Or his or herself like that.
Become timid.
And they don't start early. We don't start early. Most people don't start early. So starting early is very important. Don't 6 months old, don't they? You start talking to your child. Start talking to the child from 2 months.
Have conversations with them.
1 month,
and they listen. They hear you. The fact that they cannot talk just yet, or they cannot put words to their expressions just yet, does not mean they do not understand, or they're not seeing what you're doing. So talk to them. Biodu from Shomolu says, I'm enjoying your show. Discipline needs a lot of wisdom. There's a story of a lady that I know. She locked her children at home in the name of discipline. Unfortunately, the day fire engulfed the house, and all 3 children got burnt to death. Her husband never forgave her till today. My own idea is the consequence jar, 1 blue and 1 red jar, depending on your offense. You offend, you pick from any of the jar. You might do the serious work at home, or you don't go on vacation with us, etc. It's about punishing them with what they love. Withdrawal mechanism, that is withdrawing what they like, restricting them from doing what they usually like.
Yep.
That could also instill some level of discipline as well.
That's right.
Oluwatobi from Ikeja says, "What's up, Lagos? I love you, the Tekers. We love you. We
love you too.
My mom won't chase you around when she will let you sleep and wake up and start with what you did after bit by bit." Right.
Me too.
Okay, moving on. Let's see. Bumi says, "What's up, Lagos? Listening from Canada? Is this the UK?"
Yeah.
And she said, "The state of the nation in Nigeria frustrates the adults, and they take it out on their children."
And that's a fact. We mentioned. It's where in Lagos right now, so people are frustrated.
I tell you,
they don't get back home. Why is this here? Why is this here? Come here. You, yes. Hello. Their children are not the governor. Hello, please.
Exactly.
Their children are not the traffic on the road. They are not Lagos, please. Leave this to
And she's asking me, Andrea, did you have this hairstyle yesterday? No. I'm fresh and clean this morning. I just had brand new hair done. I hope you're liking it like I do.
I like it. I love it.
Thank you.
If no one loves it, no, that's me. I like it.
Thank you, Booby.
Just kidding.
All right, let's see. Bright from Agege says, "Good morning. My late father disciplined us to the extent that I hardly talk or express myself to him. Now his disciplines have taught me to say many things about life." Wow. Okay, that's another thing. I mean, you bridge that. I mean, you build that wall, right? When you don't have good relationship with your children, and then you're going about being strict and disciplining them, or punishing them. I don't even know what to say, but yeah, you don't give them that opportunity to express themselves to you because you're all guarded and walled up.
All right, someone is quoting your quote here. It says, "Discipline without relationship is rebellion.
Breeds rebellion.
Breeds rebellion." I beg your pardon.
I think it should be tweeted somewhere. Somebody should quote me. I'm in the spirit this
let me
morning.
tell how you write it. Andrea Oti.
Yes, so
Andrea Oti.
You Gary. Thank you so much. Okay, moving on. Isaac says, as a copper, na me flog pass. I sabi flog but I love them and I did it with love. They love me, When I was going after service, we wept at each other's shoulder until today. They still call me. All right, shout out to you.
As a copper, you beat people's children. Okay.
Well done,
Well done, yeah?
David from Liasu says, cheers to life. The parent has to be a disciplined person before handling a child, because discipline is about emotion. Shout out to you. And physical correction. See, discipline is about emotion. And I'm glad that you had to put that there. Thank you. Yeah, messages are still coming on and on, but thank you so much. I think we'll take this quickly from Mary before we go back to the phone lines and then the social media highlights.
Yeah, we have a break on the way too.
Right.
By the way, the social media highlights are 3 top stories. Guys, hang on there. You're going to enjoy yourself with the gist.
That's right.
I can assure you that.
Quickly, Mary says, what's up, Lagos? Shares to life. Hi, the Tekes. I was flogged mercilessly during my primary school days by my dad for watching Fight of Peers because their parents came to our house for me to say the truth of them. Hi, Jesus. And he said, I'm flogging you, so the next time you see people fighting, hurry home. I've never fought in my life because I can't forget that flogging. He was my headmaster then, and I thank God for giving me such a dad.
I know the hear word. I get coconut head, but I know the hear word.
I hope you are not the type that has coconut head.
I know the hear word.
I know the hear word.
Those statements, they sound very familiar. African parents call their children coconut head.
You see?
They know the hear word.
You see?
And then you want to discipline the person.
And you think that they will hear word eventually?
They can't hear word. They cannot hear word. They will do like speed dialing. I know the
hear word. I get coconut head, but I know the hear word.
But literally speaking, there are children who are like that specifically. Like, they know the hear word. Like,
but you cannot go ahead telling them that they know the hear word. Right.
You cannot. Oh boy.
We should go on a break at the moment?
Yeah, we should go on that break now. We'll come back. It will be time for the social media highlights. Oh boy.
Hey Ali, how are you?
I'm tired, Shadi. My bank is bashing
name is Glory. My parents do not really beat us like, else like that. Else they cannot take it anymore. Okay, it's only when they can take it. My dad is very good at stoning.
What is angry?
Stoning? Stoning you, what is angry?
I know some mothers that will put their slippers and they stone you.
Glory said the dad will pick up a stone.
Yeah.
And
throw it at them.
And we all behave ourselves. Oh boy. So my dad is very good at stoning me. I can't get over that. It's about the day he stopped was the day he stoned my elder sister, and there was blood everywhere. And he bought drugs for her, put fear. That put fear
sure
on
he
us.
must have been,
throughout, and
he was scared.
I'm
sure he must have been scared.
Yeah, he must have been scared.
I would have killed my child because of my anger.
Yeah. How can you stone? Anyway, Ekaite Olawale says, my mom will pinch you. Will pinch you and tell you that you can't kill me. I didn't kill my mother.
You can't kill me.
And those pinches. Mom, see pinching. The women learn how to pinch specially because I'm telling you, legendary. Jane Iwaji. Don't you pinch? This is a pinch out. They are casted. Anyway, Jane Iwuji says, I had a neighbor that had a girl child. Whenever she's cooking, the little girl wants to touch the hot pot and the cooker. So one day, I saw a burn on her palms, and I asked the mom that how did he do deliberately? She said yes. She used to touch the pot, and she allowed. Let me finish.
She was trying to chase her off the cooking pot. And since then, the little...
Please, since then, why is it going off?
The little girl learned not to come close to the cooker and the pot on fire.
I can relate. I've heard someone say you don't need to teach. Someone has used it as a quote before. Say they know they tell blind man's hearing before. They don't tell small pikin say no touch fire because... By the time you touch it, it would know.
The pain.
I don't think that's the way to teach.
It's not exactly. That's not just the way. There are several areas. There's some that you don't feel the hurt directly. When the person does that thing wrong, or when the child does that thing that is wrong, they don't feel the pain immediately. So they keep going back to do it. It might seem pleasurable, but it's not good for them. So it's not just until they do it, right? You have to correct them and teach them at the same time.
Well, I heard Prince this on your Sunday. Adenola says, I heard my neighbor correcting her girl child and calling her idiot. I just told my wife, such derogatory words must not be used for our children. No, you want the wife straight. How can you call a child idiot? Anyway, some of us get carried away. Me, I've been a victim of that kind of bad attitude. Where you see by the vex, anything will come out of my mouth. I can just call you anything. The common one that I can't say it on radio, really bad. My wife had to correct me. She said, "Do I call names? Why do you always do it?
It's heavy.
It is wrong."
I mean, I don't know how to use heavy words to people. I don't know how. It is heavy in my mouth. I can't call you an idiot. I can't call you a fool. I can't do it. I don't know why. It's just heavy. I don't know how to pronounce those words.
I think you're really a special one because to drive around Lagos and still move around Lagos and not learn how to do those words.
Today, Collins did something. Was it today or yesterday? And I was like, what kind of bad attitude is that? Collins was giving the person a five hand.
A guy almost hit me.
And I was like, what bad attitude is that? Why are you
do waka too. I don't know waka.
Why? For what?
Waka is Nigeria. It's soft way of saying.
Carry your waka and go front. Don't even stand beside me if you want to do that.
The guy insulted. He first insulted for no reason. He won't hit me. Still insults me. Join. I just give her a small waka, and she didn't like it. And on Lagos Road, you go insult person. You have to pray for the grace not to insult. All right, guys, I think we're good to go. And there's a message there. It looks like an epistle.
It's a lengthy one. It's coming from Abimbola. Abimbola says, "What's up, Lagos? Good morning. The Teke's discipline and abuse is quite different. I remember during the days of me writing JAMB, and I didn't get 250. So I was at home for a while, and my father said the beverage at home reduces every week. And that results to him saying that why I failed JAMB until today I can't see myself.
Wow.
I can't see myself taking Milo or taking beverage. All right, taking beverage.
Yeah.
I believe his words hurt me so much that anytime I take the beverage as part of my provision, I was returning back, and my will be angry. My reply is always, I don't want to be dull again. My whole point is that parents should converse more and make them realize that there is consequence for anything they do rather than abusing or beating.
That's
and
right.
there are books to read on how to relate with them. I love you guys. Thank you.
Yes, great. I think we need to cue out there quickly with that there are books. See, guys, parenting is a journey. Just like Andrea will always say that self-discovery, knowing yourself, is a journey. It's not something you arrive at. I know myself. Do you really know yourself?
That's right.
That's the same way parenting should be treated. It's a journey, and it requires that you learn. There's so many things to learn. There's a lot of material. There are a lot of materials available that you can use to, model a style that will be suitable for your child
That's
or
right.
your children. So don't live with the mindset of this. You cannot just, I'm not saying don't stick to the Bible. You cannot just stick to one particular especially if you do not have the actual full understanding of what that book is saying.
Many of us don't.
Because a lot of people read the Bible and
a lot
read
of
this
people
book
don't have a full understanding about that Bible.
and they have their own interpretation.
That's right.
And based on those wrong interpretations, they get to administer their kind of disciplinary measures. I think you should explore. You should not. I'm not saying ignore whatever it is you have, but there's need for you to learn more.
That's right.
Everyone has to learn more. We're learning, and we hope you will learn more and get the best out of your children.
Well said, Collins. You see,
Thank
that's
you.
why we're married. That's why we're married. You get this.
That's it.
You get this.
She says, man.
It's time
All
for
right.
social media highlight. It's 11:38 on the clock. 11:38 on the clock. And Jasmine is with us. Hi, baby.
Hi.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you. What's up, Lagos?
What is happening?
Oh, you didn't expect it.
I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it.
Since you cannot shout, we'll put it in and, bring the whole energy
All right.
from around.
All right, good. So what's happening in social media highlight? We have 3 top stories. Well, these stories. And
Yes.
Whatever.
Okay, so the first story is Shay, one of the judges.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.